seems like it's been a couple of years since that's really been the case. Just how are you feeling generally about this group right now?
I'm super confident in this group. We got a lot of young guys that are really pushing the older guys, which is cool. And that's kind of what Coach Barnett wanted. He always talks about the younger guys nipping the heels of the older guys, and the older guys continue to improve so that they don't catch you, because if they do, he'll put them in. And that's very humbling just to know that, like, even if you are an older guy, Coach Barnett will substitute you out, because we have guys that can, in the 2 deep, that can play now. Even in the younger guys, like the 3 deep, there's some guys that can go out there in the game and play. So it's really cool to see the amount of competition we have in this room.
You have been around long enough to maybe see some times where things weren't as deep or things weren't flowing as well as maybe Iowa football is accustomed to on the offensive line. So just how much do you maybe value the synergy, knowing kind of what you've seen over the years?
It's just awesome. If somebody goes down to my left or right, I know that whoever goes in there it isn't going to skip a beat, right? Like, we have a lot of guys like Tyler Ellsbury, he'd go in wherever. Nick DeYoung, he can go in wherever, and I'm going to trust him no matter what. And that's the kind of room you should have, especially at the offensive line position, right? It's super physical. Things are going to get dirty, and at some point in the season, somebody's going to have a little knack here or there, where they might not be able to perform at the highest level. So I'm super proud of these guys in this room and the amount of competition we've had. Whoever goes in there is going to play at a high level.
How much do you feel like you've grown over the last 2-3 years?
Yeah, I was just talking about this. My first game against South Dakota State was probably the ugliest film I've ever seen. But from there to now, you can see the amount of development and growth I've had, and that just starts with the guys in this room and Coach Barnett. Believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. So I'm going to continue to take it day by day and learn. And I think this camp, it being my last one, I'm going to try and get the most out of it that I can. I got to go against YA and Aaron Graves every day, which is a great competition. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that's as good as them in the country. So they give me my work, and I'm super excited.
What's it been like adapting to this new offense?
Yeah, honestly, for the offensive line, it hasn't been too bad. I honestly feel like it's a little bit easier than what it used to be, all the wordages. But that's just all it was learning the new wordage and whatnot, because there's only so many ways you can run inside and outside zone or pass block, right? So it hasn't been too bad, but we're super excited for game 1.
What have you seen from the 2 quarterbacks so far, just 8 days in the camp?
A lot of competition, right? I think they're pushing each other and they both want to be the guy, right? And I think that's the way it should be. Just a lot of competition, and they're super close too. I think that's cool to see. Brendan Solomon came in, and he's an Iowa guy. I don't think a lot of guys that come in here are always going to be an Iowa guy, but he's embraced his role as being an Iowa guy, and he loves it here. And I just think that's what we need in the quarterback room, and the amount of competition, and I'm excited to see how they continue to develop through fall camp.
So you get named to the Remington watch list this morning, and I know, preseason awards watch list, you can say whatever they want, but still a cool honor. And what does that mean to you and just your growth that you've made in your time here to land on that list?
Yeah, for my first year, you could have watched the tape and said, this guy sucks. You'll never be named to it. So just to see the amount of growth that's come from then to now, it's pretty cool to see. And, the Remington is something that's pretty cool. And, I want to eventually get there, but that starts with, taking it day by day and whatnot. And these guys in the room continue to push me. So we're just going to continue to take it day by day.
A lot is made of, obviously, Coach Lester's scheme and the difference. What makes him different as a coach on the field?
A lot of energy. He seems like a young soul. For some reason, he's playing music for us in some of the meetings, which is pretty cool. Normally we're just sitting there and all quiet, but he's got music in there. And I practice so much energy. We score a touchdown, he's running down there chewing on the film. But just what he brings is a lot of energy, and I think we all kind of embrace that. And we feed off of the energy he brings.
I got to ask, have you played EA Sports?